Pride, ego, shame, the drivers of an 11.5 stone weight loss. The beginning. 22.5 stone, 143 kilos. Eventually, you get tired of being tired. So this is how it happened. I walked into the gym, no plan, no motivation, just habit. I half-assed a few sets, the same way I always did when I wasn't serious, and 15 minutes later, I was ready to leave, convinced I'd done enough. And as I was walking out, I saw the manager of my old gym. We hadn't spoken in years, but today we started chatting. He looked unreal, leaner than I'd ever seen him, having just finished a photo shoot of his own. He then asked me why he's not seen me around like he used to. And he said, "You don't have a purpose to train for anymore, do you?" And I said, "No." So he said, "Right, stand over there." And he took what turned out to be my very first before photo. He then went on over the next hour trying to convince me to do a photo shoot of my own. And eventually, I agreed. Out of pride, out of ego, out of shame. And that's how it started. I had a purpose. Not a noble one, but one that I knew would work. One that I knew would work on me. I've been in a calorie deficit for the last 456 days. Let's break it down. Every drink, every piece of food, every bit of sauce, anything that's gone into my body for the last 15 months has been weighed, measured, and tracked before it ever went into my body. Now, you might think that's too rigid, too strict, too much. But I spent a decade trying every diet you can name. Keto, carnivore, intermittent fasting, low carb, all of it. And I know myself, I'm an all or nothing person. If I had one Skittle, one crisp, in my head, the week, forfeit. I'd tell myself I'll start again on Monday. And I'd binge enough. I'd binge as much as I could before Monday. And that is what kept me fat my entire adult life. And just to be upfront, So people watching are under no illusions. I used Whey Govey throughout the entire weight loss period to control my late night binge eating. Now, I thrive on routine and structure. My meals barely varied, day after day, week after week. My training routine stayed the same too. And every few months, I switched plans to avoid plateaus. Every 3 months, my PT gave me a refeed week. I controlled increasing calories to give my body and brain a break. Hunger, however, was always a constant companion. Even keeping my protein as high as possible, I couldn't avoid going to bed starving some nights. I was working 50 hours a week, training at 4 a.m, so I kept my meals simple, grounded, repeatable. Same food every day, little variance. Now what I did outside the gym mattered way more than what I did inside, so I stayed moving, momentum, 5,000 steps, 10,000, then 15. At work, I would pace backwards and forwards to increase my step count. Now fatigue didn't come straight away, it took months. Later on, the repetition started to wear. The sessions felt heavier, motivation faded. The only thing left then was just raw discipline. 4 a.m, every day, in here. And the scale didn't always move. Some weeks nothing changed, some weeks I even increased. I expected it, I accounted for it, so I didn't react emotionally like I have done for the past decade. I kept everything the same. At this point, stopping was never on the table. From the start, there was only one outcome, and my end was already decided. And this is the result. Now that the transformation period is over, my weight loss is finished. I need a new focus. I need a new purpose. There's more transformations to come. This is just the beginning.